Yan. Isang good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy 2020 po sa lahat. I do hope na nakikita at naririnig niyo po ako kasi sa end ko, medyo lagi po ako. No? Parang may problema po ata ang aking internet. Ayan. Ah, please pa-comment po mga aming mga ka-tech quiz na viewers. Pa-comment if naririnig or nakikita niyo po ako kasi dito po sa aking screen, naglalag po ako. Ayan. Sige nga po. Alright. Sige, I think okay naman ako sa end nyo. Alright. So yun nga, happy 2022 po dahil kagagaling natin sa holiday season. Ang ating pambansang tanong ngayon ay, may trangkaso na ba ang lahat? Ayan, as you can see and as you can hear me right now, yan ang aking boses. Halatang may nararamdaman si Sir. Ayan. Totoo naman po, no? Since Wednesday, I started to feel, na sobrang sakit ng ulo, no? And then medyo may body pain, pero wala naman lagnat, no? At of course, may pang-amoy at may panglasa pa si Sir, okay? Yeah, so nag-take na rin si Sir ng gamot and ito nga, awa ng Diyos, medyo maayos-ayos na kaya ako ay nakapagsimula na ng online class. Kaso lang, patawarin niyo po ako sa dating ng aking boses. Ayan, hindi pa po siya medyo nakaka-recover. Okay, ayan. So, good morning and happy 2022 to Enrico Dalupan, kay Ma'am Arlene Ordenisa, ayan, and kay Bea Jane Libanan. Ayan, good morning sa inyo mga ka-tech quiz. I do hope that you enjoy uh, streaming now. So, wag po kayong bibitiw dahil isang makabuluhan na Friday morning na naman po ang ating uh, dadanasin sa araw na ito. Ayan. Muli, welcome back sa Itulay Online Tutorial Computer System Servicing Grade 11. Tayo po ay nasa quarter 2 na ng week 6. Ang ating pag-uusapan ngayong araw ay tungkol sa mga application software. Ayan. So, wag po kayong bibitiw ha. So, every Friday po, matutunghayan niyo po kami ang Computer System Servicing for Senior High School ICT Grade 11, 9 a.m. to 9:40 a.m. Dito lang po yan sa Facebook page ng DepEd EdTech Unit at DepEd tayo. Gayon din sa aming YouTube channel, DepEd Philippines, DepEd EdTech at DepEd TV. Ayan. So, good morning, Raul Corbito, watching from ONHS Main. Good morning sa inyo mga ka-tech quiz. Ayan. Kaya huwag na tayo magpaligoy-ligoy pa habang nakikisama ang aking pakiramdam. Ayan, so, ayun nga, tayo ay nasa quarter 2 pa rin. Subalit tayo ay nasa week 6 na. No? So, we're going to learn or to discuss tungkol sa application software. So, at the end of our session, you are going to identify different types of application software and prepare applications for installations. Yan. Sige. So, I do hope mga ka-techquiz, malinaw ang aking end sa inyo. Yan. So ano ba yung application software na sinasabi natin? Saglit lang ha. Pause lang muna si Sir saglit. Yan. So, magwa-water break lang po ako saglit na eh. Pasensya na po kasi as you can see naman, halatang may karamdaman ang sir. Excuse me lang po. Yan, medyo kahit paano, naibsan ang aking nararamdaman. So, ano nga ba yung tinatawag nating application software? No, from the word application, so application or app na tinatawag natin is a type of, again, is a type of software that allows you to perform a specific task. Yan. So, as we experience, no, sa mga, especially some of you, if not all, na mayroong mga gadget device, especially mga smartphone, yan, but you enjoy a certain application, no, you install certain application for a specific task. For example, you want to play some games, so you're going to download and install a, an application uh, that allows you to play games. Yan. Yeah, so good morning kay Tutor Marlon watching from Orani National High School, Parang-Parang. Yan. Good morning po sa iyo, Lodi Cakes na aming tutor, Lonlon. Yan. Parang ito si Sir Marlon, alam ko, parang di ata ito tinabla ng trangkaso. Yan. Mga, ano yan eh, mga, immortal. Yeah, so applications for desktop or laptop computers are sometimes called desktop applications, and those for mobile devices are called mobile apps, no? Kaya nga mobile, it's more of mobility, no? Mobile. So when you open an application, it runs inside the operating system until you close it. Kaya nga sinasabi natin, 'di ba? Operating system is a type of software. But we consider operating system as a software as a mother of all software. Why? Because we're not be able na mag-run or mag-install ng mga favorite nating applications such as mobile applications, such as yung mga desktop applications kung wala tayong operating system. Yan. So matatandaan natin may previous discussion tayo tungkol dyan. Yan. No? So much of the time, you will have more than one application open at the same time. And this is known as multitasking. Ayan. So dito na papasok yung mga hardware capability ng ating mga devices. Kung yung ating processor, mapa smartphone man yan or desktop or laptop computer, no, is able na mag-run ng multiple, no, application software simultaneously. Again, given kung meron kang enough memory or random access memory. Yan. Tatandaan natin, si RAM, no, it holds temporarily yung mga application, no, na hindi na kailangan pa na, for example, gumamit ng processor resources, no? So kaya nga may mga application, no, based on their system requirements na nagre-require ng ganitong klase ng hardware specifications, no? So kung matatandaan natin, pinag-aralan din natin yan nung nakakaraan natin mga, excuse me, discussion, no? Water break lang ulit si Sir. Ayan, going back. So by the way, special thanks to Sir Ismael Balana, no, for lending me his uh, learning resource. No, so kaya ako ay mayroong nagamit sa ngayong pag-aaral natin sa lesson natin ngayon. So application software. So app, no? Kung tawagin natin sa application, yung pagpapaikli natin sa kanya. So app is a very common term for an application, especially for simple applications that can be downloaded cheaply. Yan. Or even for free. Tatandaan natin kasi may mga application na binabayaran, it's either one-time payment or via subscription, no? Yan. No? So, basically, we have three types of application software, no? So, we have desktop application. So, these are yung mga application na nagraran sa ating mga personal computers, mapa-desktop man yan or laptop. Okay? So, what are the types of desktop applications? Actually, napakadami nito kung iisa-isahin natin. Kaso, i-discuss lang natin yung most used desktop application. So we have the word processors. So number one dito, the most well-known uh, desktop application is na word processor is si Microsoft Word. No, again, Microsoft Word is included doon sa tinatawag nating Microsoft Office Suite, no, or Microsoft Office package, no. So nandun na rin si Microsoft Word. So isa siyang desktop application under the word processor category. Yan, good morning sa aming tutor mentor, Paulo de Guzman, watching from Pablo Roman, National High School. Yan, Sir Pau, I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic, caring, carry po na power. Thank you po, Tutor Pau, for putting some time, no, na i-stream ang aming session. Ayan. Yan. So, kachat ko lang kagabi si Sir Pao. Sabi niya, carry ba tutor A? Sabi ko, carry tutor Pao. Ayan. And we also have for personal finance, no? So, personal finance software such as Quicken. Quicken is, ito yung example ng personal finance, no? Allows you to keep track of your income and expenses. You can create also a budget and much more. It is more of personal financial management na ayan yung software na ginagamit natin, no? To have web browsers. Yan. So, marami tayong klase ng web browsers, no? Wherein it's a tool that we use to access the World Wide Web o yung tinatawag nating internet. So, most computers come with a web browser pre-installed, but you can also download it, no? Depending on your own preference. So, ito yung mga example na mostly used browsers. So, we have Internet Explorer wherein uh, di ko tama ba kung sasabihin ko obsolete kasi superseded na siya ng tinatawag nating Microsoft Edge, no, ni Microsoft. And we also have Firefox, we also have Google Chrome, no, and we also have Safari for Mac OS. Yan. So, ayan yung mga klase ng web browser. And we also have for desktop applications, we have games that we install. So there are different games that you can play on your computer. They range from card games such as Solitaire to action games like Player Unknown's Battleground. Ayan, yung mga PUBG. So many action games require a lot of computing power. When we say computing power, we talk about processor. No? Remember, processor is the one who do the math, no? The computation, no? That's that's what we call the ALU, the arithmetic logic unit. Yan, one of the component of a processor. Yeah, so many action games require yun nga, so they may not work unless you have a newer computer. Yan. So, kaya madalas yung mga gamers natin, they keep on upgrading their hardwares, no? Or else, uh, uh, magbi-build sila ng panibagong computer. Why? Because yung mga nilalaro nilang games that requires, a heavy system requirement, no, for the purpose lang na ma-meet nila yon, no, it's either they upgrade their GPU, their RAM or processor, or the whole computer system unit itself. Okay? We also have media players. So if you want to listen to MP3s or watch movies that you've downloaded, you'll need to use media player, no? So Netflix is a kind of online streaming video software, and also we have the Spotify, no? This it's for music naman si Spotify. Netflix is for videos or mga movies, no, or mga TV series. Yan. Again, these media players requires us, of course, a subscription fee, no? Ito yung mga may bayad, no? Next. Yan. So, uminom lang po akong tubig. And we also have what we call gadgets. So, ito yung tinatawag na madalas na widgets. Ayan. So, these are simple applications that you can place on your desktop, no? or yung tinatawag nating sa dashboard, no, kung tayo ay gumagamit ng mga Mac. So there are many types of gadgets or widgets that we can use. They include calendars, calculators, maps, news headlines, and many more. No, that's why sa mga recently updated na mga Microsoft 10, no, or Microsoft Windows 11, no, you can see on your taskbar, no, may mga news na diyan, nandiyan na yung weather, yung yung temperature, outside environment mo. So this is what we call gadgets or widgets, no? Mga small or simple applications built in our computer system. All right, next. We also have this, kung meron tayong kanina, we already done discussing desktop application. Now we're going to discuss web application or yung mga application that we can only access, we can only utilize over network, no? Using internet. Yeah, so it run in the cloud. So when we say cloud, we talk about internet, no? And does not need to be installed on your computer. So these are sometimes called cloud applications. Yan, yung mga web applications. All right. So malilito yung desktop application, these are application softwares that we installed on our computer, mapalaptopan niya yung desktop. But in web application or yung tinatawag natin mga cloud applications, there's no need for us to install these applications. Why? Because it is only available, it, it can only be accessed over network using internet. Of course, we have to use our, basically we use web browsers. Again, web browsers is a kind of desktop applications. But ang maganda rito, hindi na natin pa kailangan install. Halimbawa, si Google Drive. No? We all know Google Drive is an application from Google wherein we are able to store, access, retrieve our documents or files over the internet. No? Ito yung tinatawag natin cloud storage. Ayan, si Drive. And ang counterpart niya kay Microsoft IC OneDrive. No, what else? Ano pa yung mga example ng mga cloud storage? Uh, we also have this Dropbox and Mega. We also have Mediafire. So, ang dami niyan. No? As, also, example of web application is our online email services, such as but not limited to, of course, kay Gmail, Yahoo Mail, Outlook, uh, ano pa ba? Ang mga nag-o-offer ng mga email services. So far, ito lang yung mga nagagamit ko kasi, no? So, these are the email services that we can run within our browsers and can do many of the same things that email programs that can do. So, after you sign, of course, you have to sign up for you to be able na mag-create ng sarili mong account, no? And we also have Google Docs. So, Google Docs is an office suite that runs within your browser, much like Microsoft Office. You can use it to create documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and more. Your documents are stored in the cloud, which make it easier to share your documents with other people. So Google Docs is a kind of, uh, let us say, a productivity software, but no, unlike Microsoft Office that we can run, that we need to install on our desktop, Google Docs is a product of Google Workspace for education, not limited for education. Of course, you can use it for enterprise, no, for mga company. And it includes yung kanilang word processor, yung kanilang spreadsheets na si Google Sheets, yung kanilang presentation na si Google Slides, yung kanilang survey and quiz application tool na si Google Forms, and a lot more. Ang kagandahan lang dito, sabi ko nga, there's no need for you to install it. You just have to access it via web browser, which is Google Chrome. But Google Docs or Google applications can run almost in any type of web browsers, kahit hindi Google Chrome. But of course, medyo limited lang yung features. Unlike if you are going to use Google Google Chrome, no, to access Google Docs. So, napakadaming features na pwede mong na-enjoy, no? Ayun lang yung limit nun. What else? We also have Facebook. Now, Facebook lets you, again, it's an online application. So, Facebook lets you create an online profile and interact with your friends. No? So, some of you, you are able to view, to stream our live session ngayong araw because you are using your Facebook. Yeah. And next, we're done with desktop application, web application. Now we're going to mobile applications. So mobile applications is a software application designed to run on smartphone, tablet, computers, and other mobile devices. No? So these desktop and laptop computers are not the only device that can run applications. Yan. You can also download applications for mobile devices, no? Gamit ang ating mga smartphone or ating tablet or yung ating mga iPad, no? Or any types of uh, portable mobile device. So we also have there the Snapchat mobile app. So let's easily talk with friends, view live stories from around the world, and explore news and discover. Then we also have Messenger. Yan. Napaka useful lalo ngayong panahon ng distance education natin na wherein yung communication between teachers and students is happening primarily using Messenger. Of course, we also have Instagram. Yan. Yan. Good morning po, Tutor Bell. Yan. Good morning po. Happy viewing po. Tech Quiz Tutor Bell. Yan. So, Instagram. Ano pa ba? TikTok. Ayan. By the way, I'm starting to utilize TikTok but hindi pa ako nakakapag-upload ng video. But definitely, I already have my TikTok account. Ayan. Why? Because as I stream or as promoted by the DepEd, no, in the EdTech units, one of EdTech units sponsored uh, online webinar, dito diniscuss yung TikTok as a platform for teachers and students to share resources, to do live videos and learning tutorials using TikTok. No, hindi lang natin ililimit si TikTok, para sa mga dances na ganyan, no? Na yung mga ganyan. No, no, no. It's also you can be used for educational purposes. So you can follow me at it's me dot teacher underscore A. Ayan po aking username sa TikTok. Alright? Sige, i-ano ko po, i-comment ko po sa sa comment box na live stream natin. Yan. So, basically wala pa akong video ron pero mostly kung meron man more on educational, no? Yan. Mga ano natin, mga video tutorials. Now, uh well, already through discussing the three types, mostly the three types of application software. Number one, the desktop applications. We also have finished discussing web applications, wherein these are the applications that can be accessed, utilized via internet. No, ito yung tinatawag natin mga cloud applications or uh, mga online applications. Ito may naalala ko may nagtanong sa akin dati way back 2017, ba't daw tinawag na cloud, no? Cloud cloud applications. Kasi sabi nga, 'di ba? You can access it, you can utilize it anywhere, anytime as long as mayroon kang internet connectivity. Now, ba't tinawag na cloud? Pansinin niyo. Ito lang personal na ano ko lang 'to na na reflection, let us say, no? From the word cloud, we all know cloud is up there. No? Nasa itaas yan. No? Ulap. Anywhere you go, no? Kahit sa mansulok ng mundo ka, there's the cloud. Lagi yan nandyan yung cloud, no? Sipin nyo, ulap. Kahit saan pumunta nandyan yan. As long as you are able to, as long as you have your internet connectivity, then you are able to access the cloud application. Gets po, no? So I don't know if if may iba pang explanation doon, but on my personal reflections, while teaching, kasi kami mga teacher, after teaching certain topics, lessons, at the end of that, nagre-reflect kami, ano yung mga hindi ko na-discuss? Ano yung mga terminologies na hindi ko pa na-expound? And then we do that, no? Binabalikan namin. Halimbawa, itong session na to, no? After this, napahinga lang konti, tapos magre-reflect kami, ano ba yung mga na-miss ko para sa susunod ay mapag hindi namin malimutan, maidagdag pa namin. So, we do that kind of reflection, no? Okay, now we're going to, no, so that's the web application, the cloud applications, and we also have the mobile applications. From the word mobile, mobility. So, mostly these are the smartphones, no? Yung mga handheld devices. Yeah, so preparing installer applications. So, before doing installation, there are some essential factors that we should always know. Dapat, dapat to. Di lang sa pag-install to, no? We have to keep in mind that there will be a factors na kailangan nating isaalang-alang, no? Kahit sa pagdedesisyon natin sa buhay-buhay, no? Ah, kailangan iisipin natin what could, no? Ano yung pwedeng ma-experience natin na na pagkukulang on doing such thing, no? So in preparing installer application ganun din. So sabi ko nga sa inyo, napaka-applicable sa totoong buhay na mga lessons dito sa computer system services. Totoo po 'yan, no? Number one, we have to consider our platform environment. When we say platform, this is the software itself, the platform, no, the application. So we don't just install application without knowing its environment. So identifying the platform is very essential. We must we must know its operating system, chipsets, and other hardware component. So meaning to say, we talk about yung hardware, yung mismong system unit. Sorry, kinilig ako, dumaan kasi yung misis ko. Tinignan niya ako eye to eye. Nakakakilig. Parang tipong sinabi niya, gusto mo timpla kitang kape? Gusto mo dalang kita ng pagkain? Nagparinig eh. Nakakakilig. So, dapat lagi tayong kinikilig sa mga mahal natin sa buhay. Yeah, so, you have to consider, ito yung tinatawag natin mga system requirements. No? So, kailangan i-check natin yan kung compatible pa. Yan. So, example dito, you are about to install an Office 2019 application with 64-bit architecture in a computer running with 86 or 32-bit. 86 is the same with 32-bit processor. So technically, it is incompatible due to the similar architecture of your device and applications. Ito yung mostly na na-encounter ko, no? They hindi nila ma-install yung Microsoft Office because yung kanila palang system environment is 32-bit, no? Pero yung gagamitin ng installer is 64-bit. So, kailangan, kung 32-bit, yung inyong, tawag dito, yung inyong, what you call this, ah, system architecture, no, kailangan 32-bit din yung gagamitin yung installer. So, ganun lang, napakadali lang naman sa Windows. So, paano ba natin malalaman yon? So, tuturo ko sa inyo. So, para malaman nyo yon, kung ano ba yung system architecture ng inyong system. So, open nyo lang tong run dialog para mapuntahan nyo yan. Press nyo lang yung Windows icon plus R. Yung letter R, yung key na R, pagsabay niyo lang tapos lilitaw na yan. Tapos type niyo diyan para mabilis DX Dayag, ayan. Tapos enter lang para malaman nyo kung halimbawa gusto niyo mag-install ng Microsoft Office. Tapos naalala nyo, ay, meron na palang sinabi si Tutor A na bago pala mag-install, gumamit ng installer, kailangan makita muna, malaman muna kung ano ba yung system architecture ng pag-i-installan ko ng application na Microsoft Office. Yan. So, lilitaw to. So, dito nyo makikita yung system information ninyo. So, dito, punta kayo rito sa operating system na part. As you can see, it has Windows 10 for Education 64-bit. No, dito pala makikita nyo na yan. No? So, kailangan, pag mag-install kayo ng gagamit kayo ng mga installer applications, kailangan laging 64-bit. No? Or kung 32-bit man yan, so 32-bit yung gagamitin ninyong mga installer application. Okay? Malinaw po. And also, by the way, using this DirectX diagnostic tool, we are able to check yung mga basic system information ng ating computer. So, this is available sa Windows platform, no? Itong Direct Diagnostic Tool. So, ito yung tinitingnan natin para malaman in real time yung specification ng ating laptop or desktop computer. Ayan. So, dyan yung makikita yan. No, paano daw ginagawa? So, yung dialog box, no? Ayan, tapos para ma-access natin yung run dialog box, press Windows icon plus R key doon sa ating keyboard. Then type DX diag, then enter, tapos lilitaw na ito. Yan, so dyan natin makikita yan. Mga display natin, sounds, input, etc. Alright? So, ganun lang naman kasimple yan. Okay? Alright. Next, aside from considering the platform environment, no, you also have to check the categories of installer applications that you are going to use or you are going to download. No? Meron kasi tinatawag tayong open source or yung mga freeware. Meron tayong closed source or yung mga paid apps or yung mga proprietary software. And then we also have this trial software. Yan. So, ano-ano ba yan? So, yung first category, yung open source software or mga freeware, these are the applications that can be used by the end user. Sino yung end user? Tayo yun, yung gumagamit. For free. Yeah? So, this application don't have equivalent price. So, aside from being free, no, itong mga open source software, ito yung tinatawag nating open ang source code. Meaning to say, pwede mo siyang i-modify. Kaya nga, di ba, pag-usapan na natin yung sa operating system We all know, Windows operating system, ano yan? Proprietary yan kasi binibili mo yung license yan no? Now, we also have these mga open source, yung mga Linux, no? What else? Ubuntu, no? And yung Remix OS, these are some, no? Sa mga open source na mga uh, operating system, no? Open source, meaning say you can use this for free. And since the source code nito ay open, you can modify it, no? What else? Yung when it comes sa mga productivity tools, we have this LibreOffice. What else? Yung mga free na mga software. Uh, Microsoft, sorry, Google applications, no? Yung Google account. Once you have your Google account, you are now have the access to Google Forms, Google Slides, etc. na for free. Yan. Mga free yan. Pero, I don't know kung open source sila. I think you cannot motivate, but you can use it for free. No? But limited lang yung features na may gano'n. No? So, yun yung open source saka freeware ha. Hindi lang siya free, but of course, yung dahil siya ay open na ang source code, pwede mo siyang i-modify. Next, we have this closed source or yung mga paid apps or yung mga proprietary software. May mga bahid na to. So, ito yung mga computer software licensed under exclusive legal rights of the copyright holder. Kaya nga kapag ginamit nito, no, for especially for commercial use, pwede ka nilang ah ah, i-sue, no? Patawan ng legal, ah, what you call this? Ng legal case, no? So, this software can be used only under certain conditions and restricted from other uses such as modification, sharing, redistribution, or reverse engineering. So, so ano yung mga example yun? So, these are applications that need to purchase before using it, such as Adobe products, so Windows operating system, and Microsoft Office, and a lot more. Ayan. So, merong nag spam sa ating comment box doon sa YouTube. So, huwag niyo na lang pansinin yan. We also have trialware. So, this is a type of proprietary software which is provided to users for a certain limited trial. So, mostly these are mga 30 days trial. No? And we also have the subscription-based application. So, a subscription-based is an application that allows a customer or an organization to purchase or subscribe for a specific period of time for a set of price. So, subscriber typically commit to the services on a monthly or annual basis. So, dito papasok, yun nga, halimbawa yung kanina si Netflix and you also have Spotify, no? You can use it for trial, pero I think 1 month lang. Then after that, you have to pay for subscription na. Okay? Next. So we have types of installers. So in desktop applications, we have portable applications. So we are able to use without installation. And we also have this installed app. These are applications that are mandatorily installed in your computer. And then web applications. So applications that can be accessed over networks such as the internet or intranet, no? Yan. So meron tayong mga tinatawag na Metro app. So this is for Windows 8 environment application. Okay. And we also have these mobile applications. So as I said earlier, this is designed to run on a mobile device or mobile handset, so such as smartphone, tablets, iPad, and etc. And we also have the so-called Windows Universal application. So these are applications that run in different platforms using, excuse me, Windows 10 operating system. So what are the purpose of installation? So before the installation, we need to identify first the objective of its execution. So you need a certain apps for a certain purposes. So you must identify if you are really needed that particular applications or not. Ayan. So why? Because some applications that we download over the internet ay may libre nga, subalit may libre ring malware or tinatawag natin malicious software. Kaya siya tinawag na malicious software. Kasi dinownload mo nga ng free pero it comes with, with a lot of ads, worse, no? Magamit pa yung unit mo for crypto mining. Kaya minsan makita mo, malaman, ba't ang bagal, ba't ang bumagal ang unit mo, at bumagal din yung internet connectivity kasi kapag na-invest ka na ng crypto mining application, no, madami yung data traffic sa iyong network. So, good luck. So, maging maingat. So, example, you are a graphic designer for a clothing product and you install Adobe Illustrator because you need to create a vector art of a certain clothing line for your new project. Creating a vector art is the purpose why you install Adobe Illustrator. Ayan. So, kailangan, sabi ko nga kanina, klaro ang intention, ang purpose. no? So, ano-ano ba yung iba pang kaparaanan para makapag-prepare tayo ng mga installer applications? So, madami. So, meron yung tinatawag na direct downloading installation from the official website. Ako, I advise na kung magda-download kayo ng mga certain applications, see to it, i-download nyo ito directly doon sa official na website nila. Halimbawa, nung nakaraan, bago tayo mag-prepare ng bootable ISO. Tatandaan nyo, nag-download pa tayo ng media creation tool directly from Microsoft Download Center. No, at least legit yung pinuntahan natin. Pinag-downloadan natin na site. Okay? So, installation directly from the web is too risky. It may contain malware or virus. Ito yung sasabi ko kanina. So, kaya kailangan doon sa legit na website nyo siya i-download. Okay? Next, via USB storage devices such as USB flash drive or yung external hard disk natin. Okay? So, ang mangyayari naman dito, once na downloaded mo na siya from the official website noong software application provider, no? Itra-transfer mo lang siya sa USB for you to be able na ma-install ito sa ibang computer, no? Then you also have via installation disk, no? Using CD. Na mostly nito yung mga operating system and then yung mga drivers, no, sa mga binibili natin mga motherboard, desktop motherboard. So it comes with installation disk. Bawa sa mga printer. Yan. So it requires of course ODD o yung tinatawag nating optical disk drive, no? And via intranet or LAN network. So this method requires LAN connection. So ito yung machine deployment deploy. Ito naman, pag nagde-deploy ka limbawa sa isang corporation, no? Ang practice kasi ng mga administrator, mga system or network administrator, no, sa isang corporation, 'di ba may mga workstation 'yan, may tinatawag nating bawa sa account department, may 10 tao diyan, 10 ah tawag rito, 10 employee doon. So, account department equals equivalent to workstation yon. Siyempre, may mga ginagamit yun ng application that requires updates. So, ngayon, ang ginagawa, naka-disable yon. Hindi nila pwedeng i-update yon. Ang ginagawa, si system administrator lang yung may capacity nun. Siya magdadaan updates. Tapos, i-deploy niya yung updates using uh, a group policy, no, using kung ano mang server yung ginagamit niya doon within their network premises. So ganun, hindi yung ida-download mismo ng mga client workstation directly from internet, hindi ganun, no? Kasi ang binabantayan nila ron yung security, no, ng kanilang infrastructure. Kasi nga sabi nga kanina, maaaring pag may download ka from internet, hindi sa legit na website, may kasamang virus. Yun yung iniiwasan ng mga corporate kasi napakalaking hassle sa productivity nila yon. So, that's why system administrator do this installation via LAN network at siya ang magde-deploy sa mga client computers. No? Ito yung pinag-aaralan natin. No? Isa sa mga core competency dito sa computer system servicing. No? So mapapanood niyo yan, matutungayan doon sa tutorial ni Tutor Marlon sa CSS Grade 12. No? Doon na dinidiscuss yun yung deployment, installation through group policy, etc. etc. Yan, so with that, panibagong Friday session na naman na natapos. Ayan, so may mga katanungan po ba? Ayan. So, sabi rito, what are the questions do you have in mind? Sige, may mga tanong po ba sa ating mga TechWiz viewers? Yan, kung wala daw tanong, si student, si teacher ang magtatanong. Automatic naman na yan. Alright. So with that, it's quiz time. Ayan. Sige. So number 1, madali lang to. Relax. Sige, ihanda nyo na ang inyong mga daliri at i-comment ang letter ng tamang sagot. So number one, free software is called blank. A, application software. B, closed source. C, open source. D, Windows. So alin ang tamang sagot? Yung free software daw ay tinatawag na A, application software. B, closed source. C, open source. D, Windows. Yan. Anong tamang sagot? Ang, ang makakuha ng tamang sagot, magkakajowa this 2022. De, biro lang. No, magiging honor. Yan. This quarter 2. Yan. Of course, syempre, kailangan laki pa niya ng hard work yon. Of course, it's number one, free software is called, letter C, open source. Okay? Next, number two. Kanina, open source. Ngayon, ang question is, closed software is also called, yan, A, application software. B, open source. C, proprietary software. D, Windows. Ayan ha. Close. Kasi hindi mo siya pwedeng i-modify. So, it is letter C, proprietary software. No? Kasi you have to pay for that. Hindi mo siya pwedeng gamitin. Hindi mo siya pay for commercial use at hindi mo siya pwedeng i-modify. Number three, it's an application that is accessed over a network such as the internet or intranet. Yan. Sino kaya yan? A, desktop app. B, mobile app. C, system software. D, web app. Ayan. So, it is letter D, web app or web applications or online application or cloud application. So, ayan yung mga katawagan sa kanya. Deme. Next, number four. It is a software application designed to run on a smartphone, tablet, computers, and other mobile devices. Ayan, andun na yung clue. Context clue na nga lang. Sabi nga sa English lesson natin, context clue. A, Android. B, desktop app. C, mobile app. D, web app. No? Sabi ni Teacher A, context clue. So, nandun na. It's letter C, mobile app. Yeah. So, last number five. Before doing installation, there are some quite essential factors that we should always consider, such as but not limited to platform environment and installer categories. So, ano ba yung essential factors na kailangan natin consider daw is say platform environment at yung installer categories. Is it true or false? Linaw natin kanina yan. Okay, very good. It's letter A. It's true. No, dapat mahalaga na i we ano ito, na we keep in mind, no, yung purposes and then yung very reason why do we need to install this, no? Kailangan i-consider natin yung platform environment, no, and then yung categories ng installer na gagamitin natin. All right? Is there anything you want to say? So just comment it down. So with that, maraming salamat po. So muli kami po ang inyong Senior High School Information and Communications Technology team. With me is our tutor mentor Pau and yours truly tutor A, your CSS grade 11 tutor and tutor Bell for your programming tutor, and of course with me we also have tutor Lon for CSS grade 12 tutor. Iyan. So muli, sa susunod na Biyernes po, same channel, same Facebook page, no, ang Computer System Servicing NC2 for Senior High School ICT every Friday at 9 a.m. to 9:40 a.m. sa aming Facebook page, DepEd EdTech Unit at DepEd Tayo. Gayun din sa aming YouTube channel, DepEd Philippines, DepEd EdTech at DepEd TV. And of course, we love to hear it from you. So we are excited to know your insights with regards sa aming lessons. Please feel free to send your comments, your reactions, no? Violent reactions kung meron man, no? You just simply scan our QR code, yan, or you can type the URL for our feedback form sa inyong mga web browsers. O, ayan ha. Kahit anong web browsers ang gamitin nyo, walang problema. Type nyo lang yung link for our Ituloy feedback form. Ayan. Okay? So with that, Diyos mabalos po. Daghang salamat, dakul pong salamat. So susunod na po sa akin, si Tutor Lon para sa Computer System Servicing Grade 12. Hanggang sa muling pagkikita, salamat sa inyong pagtunghay. Laging tatandaan, no? Nasa pagbabahagi ang ating pag-iral. Paalam po.